Hi, this is Jon Modene at RE/MAX Masters, and I want to help you learn more about real estate here in Northwest Ohio. And today's topic for my NWO Real Estate Update is not about the house in Maumee that was bulletproof, which hit the national wire, the international press, everything else. That one's under contract. But Jon, how can you help a second-time buyer buy in today's market? This is not a first-time buyer. Just had a call as I was prepping for this video from a first-time buyer renting, and we're going to meet with them and help them buy a house. That's a separate problem. Talked about that last time. This is someone who's already got their first house and they've usually outgrown it, or they want something nicer. So Jon, how can you help that buyer? Which is another great question. And this buyer who has a house to sell and wants to purchase the next one has some specific problems in our market today in mid to late 2024. Again, number one, have a plan. You have an option to sell your house while you look for the next one and hope that you can time it all perfectly. And I have put together plans like this. I have seen this plan work. I have seen this plan barely hang on by the fingernails, and I've seen this plan fail. I've also seen people make other plans that don't require this. So your plan should include concepts like money, timing, contingencies, and heartbreak. So here we go. Number two, plan for failure options. What happens if it doesn't work out perfectly? There can be a situation where you get an offer, you accept the offer, and you fail to find the right kind of house that you and your spouse want to purchase. Some would say, but how can that happen? There are so many houses for sale. Well, it can happen quite easily if your next house needs to be in the right neighborhood, the right school, the right floor plan, the right price range, a certain feature set. It can happen. We are still at a very low level of houses on the market, so it happens. Jon, what if you find the right house, but we can't afford it because we get outbid by other buyers? I see this a lot too. So a plan for failure would include planning to do some difficult things that you may not want to do in a perfect world, but you possibly need to plan for in the real world, like this: planning to live in temporary housing, planning to move in with a family member for a short time. Boy, and that's fun to do with your spouse at the table when we plan that out. Real emotions come out. Number three, planning to rent and then move again. I've even had clients going through this plan on living in their RV until the timing works out for them. There are lots of options, and I can help you with that. Number three, plan for success. This does happen. If you get prepared, if we get your house marketed correctly, if you are flexible, if we get the inspections, the appraisals, everything else done, if you're going to work hard to get your family to the next house, success does happen. But just like the Allied invasion of France on D-Day, it took a lot of planning. It'll take planning for you and your spouse to do this. Prepping your house, prepping for repairs, prepping for your next loan, prepping for the upcoming move, prepping by gaining market knowledge so you know the next house is ready when you see it. Prepping by learning exactly where you're willing to put your money down and where you and your family want to live. So it can happen. Number four, plan for financial special operations. To keep the D-Day theme going, the Supreme Allied Commander General Eisenhower decided it was not enough to land 10 or so infantry divisions to win. They needed to have some extra help. So a couple of airborne divisions were sent in ahead to ensure the win. And in this market, with the absolute best houses selling fast or even before the sign goes up with multiple bids, it is not really realistic to write a contingent offer and say, we'll buy your house as soon as we get an offer on our house. You really have to have some extra financial options and plans like Ike did with the 82nd and 101st Airborne. So get a new mortgage in place. I've got a client doing that right now. He's gonna have a new mortgage and an old mortgage, and we're just gonna buy the next house before we sell the current one. Or get a bridge or an accommodation loan, some kind of a HELOC, or plan on using savings and putting that money back into your savings accounts. I have clients that get everything ready, even the new mortgage and the new loan, before we put their house on the market, and they will not see a house unless they will not go look unless their house is under contract. So it all depends on your risk tolerance, your comfort level, your financial power. But to be certain, you need to get a very skilled, good buyer's broker today who'll know how to help you and how to make your plans successful, because commission, legal, showing, agency rules have all been changing recently, and they're going to change later on this month. So keep that in mind. So the real estate market is constantly changing. It never stops, and we do things today in this market and in selling homes that were impossible 20 or 30 years ago. So my team is always changing too, and we're ready to help you and your family get the right help for your real estate problems and needs. Our team motto is simple: our tradition of trust in Northwest Ohio Ohio real estate. So this ethos works. It's based on proven biblical concepts like always tell the truth, treat others better than you would want to be treated. And if we do that and work out the right plans, we will help you get your next house and get rid of the one you have after we look at all the options. We can't wait to help more people buy, sell, manage, and grow their real estate holdings. So thanks for watching. And if you need help, if you have a real estate question, if you want to sell or buy or get some investment property, you just have to call John. I'm at 419-466-SOLD. You can check me out at modene.com, sold.com, rental houses at besthomesinttoledo.com, and every house for sale in Toledo at mlstoledo.com. Thanks for watching.